So let's get straight into this then, shall we? So I've been waiting to see how much damage our sort of stuff does, and I'm not really sure, as I've not played a hunter in quite a while now, to be honest, of, you know, what I should be doing, especially on mobs that have low health. I've not really got much idea at all. Now our gear is 378 with 1384, right? I've not actually got around to gemming or enchanting it yet, so I've been a bit of a noob with that, you know. But we'll see how this goes anyway. It looks to me like our oh yes, and also, well, to be honest, most of the things that we would have wanted and glyphed anyway are now pretty much built into our spec, so that's a pretty nice thing that Blizzard have done. Oh, in fact, I forgot. I'm surprised they still have that in, you know. The fact that Black Arrow still shares a cooldown with the explosive trap, but you know, there we go. That's how it is, I guess, isn't it? So hopefully we'll be able to get some better DPS up, you know, on the boss and start blowing a couple of cooldowns and stuff like that. You know, I've not really played one of these in a long time now, so we'll have to see how it goes. But as you can see, we've got our speed increase from the post haste, which is pretty nice for getting around, I guess. We've got our spirit bond rocking up there. It looks like there's a reasonable amount of healing going into me, and obviously it's healing my pet as well. So, right, we've got our flock of crows going there. That's actually hitting pretty hard. That is hitting very hard, actually. Obviously, you know, it does have a cooldown going, so, well, I'm not actually sure if oh no. Oh, okay. Last until cancel trap launcher does now. So you just push the trap launcher and then you can launch them whenever you want. It seems it's pretty much something you can turn off. So if you just want to be dropping traps, you can just drop them. And if you want to be like, well, if you more want to be, you know, chucking them around, you can just chuck them around all the time. So I guess it depends more on your playstyle and stuff, doesn't it, really? But hunters are feeling pretty much the same as they do at the moment on live, to be honest. I mean, I've always quite liked hunters. I guess I've never been absolutely amazing at playing one. I was quite good in tier 11, but apart from that, I've never really taken hunters that seriously, to be honest. So I've just seen what I can do with my spec and stuff. It looks alright to me, but obviously the hunters are alright for kind of small bursts, but we can't really do like a burst like other classes can on these mobs, you know, because obviously we need to kind of build up our DPS. We have a lot of dots and things, and killing mobs with 100k health isn't really our thing, is it? So it looks like, yes, he's raging. So let's get all of our dots going on this guy. And I'm actually going to put on our aspect of the fox here. Let's see if we can actually leap through that. Right, no, obviously not. And we still have to be in combat to disengage, which is a bit annoying because, to be honest, I actually did like, well, I would have liked to use it when I was out of combat, but you know, there we go. Now as you can see, our pet's healing for almost 3k every second, so that's pretty nice, to be honest. Kill the scroll. Have we killed it yet? No, we haven't. Honestly, these guys are awful. What's simpler, do you mean? I'll just keep hitting this because I'm a bit bored, but you know, to be honest, hunters don't seem that fun. You know, as I probably said before, I've never really been that bothered about hunters, but you know, I would probably be finding them a bit more fun than I am now, if they're actually much good. But you know, there we go. We see we've still got misdirect. You know, most of our stuff seems pretty much unchanged. Oh, right. So it seems we had a slight. I'm going to feign death actually. It says we had a slight initial aggro problem there. So let's get some cooldowns rolling. You know. Now obviously we can use our readiness, which resets pretty much everything, and we can go pop all of our dots, and yes, another black arrow on this target as well, which is pretty nice. Now I don't really need to bother putting up my hunter's mark because I've spec'd into the automatic hunter's mark thing. I'm not really sure what to do about this AoE, to be honest. It doesn't really seem a lot you can actually do. But I'm just going to multi-dot all of these just to make sure they're both going down. I'm not sure if there's many targets, so I'm not sure whether I should be doing a multi-shot or not, or whether those targets I'm looking at are actually friendly ones. Because there's so many new mobs that have been included in the game that I'm half the time now I'm really not sure what's going on at all. Maybe these have got to die at the same time or something, I'm not sure. I'm actually gonna slow down DPS on that other one and get this other one down, because I'm assuming, you know, generally things like this do have to go down at the same time. So if we just switch between them now, let's nuke this one a bit, because this guy's getting a bit higher on health. And let's finish this guy off, although he seems to be immune to just about everything, which is slightly annoying. Oh, there we go, lovely. So that boss seems a bit odd. There wasn't really much going on. Obviously these are a bit dumbed down version of the fights, you know. Blizzard are just kind of messed around with the mechanics of the game at the moment, as I can understand, but they did actually seem maybe slightly boring, you know. That's how it goes, I guess, isn't it? And obviously we've got our 50% movement speed increase running between these tracks. So let's get, what do we have here then? Let's all cooldowns blown. See how high we can get our DPS, to be honest. Probably should have moved out of the way of that. No, it looks like our number 7 has actually dropped off, so let's reapply that again. Seems a bit face roll-ish in some ways. Other hunters would probably argue that they're not really that face roll to play at the moment, but I can see myself probably enjoying Beast Mastery more than this at the moment. It seems pretty much the same as it is now, and I guess, you know, after you've played a spec for quite a long time, specs do end up getting boring. So, you know, if you're a hunter at the moment, you might want some changes in there at some point, I don't know. But, you know, obviously they're always working to improve stuff. So, and obviously nothing that you are seeing on my videos is final. It's all subject to change at any time, so I am actually hoping that hunters do get some changes, because they're a pretty good class, but they don't seem to be, you know, really getting much good stuff right now, should I put it. The talent seem to be somewhat lacking interesting things, apart from the tier 75, and I've not actually looked at the tier 90 yet. We have glaive toss, which we held 2 glaives, reducing movement speed by 30% for 3 seconds. Primary target would take 4 times as much damage from each strike. Glaives will return back to you, damaging, snaring targets again as they return. So that's pretty interesting, you know. Could throw something at this boss, you know, it'd come back round to us, you know, pretty much a massive AoE. Sounds pretty nice. And we have power shot, which is, you wind up a powerful shot which deals a certain percent weapon damage to the target and 100% weapon damage to all enemies between you and the target. So obviously, you know, say if the people in my party were mobs, we were firing a power shot at the boss, we'd get in line with these, it would go straight through them all, you know, hit them all for a pretty big amount. It's pretty long cooldown, probably hard to position, but I can imagine it doing an awful lot of damage if you manage to get it in that right sort of position. Okay, also we have barrage. Rapidly fire a spray of shots forward for 3 seconds, dealing a total of 288% weapon damage to the target and an average of 72 weapon damage to each other enemy target in front of you. That sounds pretty interesting, to be honest. I'd like to see that one in action. So out of those, I'd probably be going for that one, to be honest.